I got one question for you.
Are you ready?
Because if you're keeping up with Horizon Powers of X, you're probably wondering why the hell Mother Righteous is in a bubble. And if you're an Immortal X-Men fan, like I'm an Immortal X-Men fan, then you're probably asking yourself, what the hell happened to Sebastian Shaw and Celine? So...
I said, are you ready?
To find out what the hell Solaris been doing, and also find out what happened to Mystique. Yes, I said Mystique. My name is Doran, this is SCM Comics. We are continuing our coverage of the Fall of the House of X.
Let's get ready to...
We don't need all that, we're a family show. With X-Men Forever, #1. Our story starts off in 1899 London, where you have Mystique and you have Destiny, and they're taking in, I guess you can't really call it a classical concert because back then it was modern music. So they're taking in a concert. When Destiny, and only Destiny, can hear whistling, and it's getting louder and louder. And then all of a sudden she says she can see God as Enigma appears, and we see all the things that are happening to the X-Men as we speak. She saw way back then an Enigma whistling. He's probably whistling to the orchestra, but me, all I hear is, Andy Griffin. She pretty much falls, collapse. She says the whole thing broke her and took her 6 months to build herself back up again. Raven kept asking her what was wrong, which she said even back then she knew if she shared it could be a mistake. So once she's able to get herself out of bed, the first thing she does is meet with our beloved Sinister. She pretty much tells him everything, that he is a clone, that he is one of 4, that the original Daniel Essex has pretty much become a living AI, and as soon as he achieves the minionship, that he's going to take it away from him. I mean, everything. But then out of nowhere, he starts bleeding from his eye and his mouth, and he falls over and he keeps saying, "You're a ghost. You're a ghost." So then Enigma appears and he's like, "I thought you might have saw me at the concert. I was taking it in. It's a great tune." He's like, "Why don't you spend the time taking in the best of London culture? Enigma might be the name of the concert, but that's my name now. And you shouldn't have told that variant anything." And Irene's like, "You're not going to kill me." So Enigma goes, "I will not let you meddle. I am outside of time, so I am fundamentally safe." And so I was reading and I asked myself, I was like, if you're God, what do you need to be safe from? So he continues, "Nothing you do can affect me. I can crush you at any point." And Irene goes, "However, I'm still alive." Because you're not sure, are you? So Enigma goes, "Experimental data. I make a change. It shouldn't do anything. Maybe it will. I will not take any risks I don't need to. This is not the talk of a god." Just want to say that. He goes, "I protect the timeline. Far too easy for any of these variants to learn anything. And what I just did to that clone, I can do to anyone or everyone. That's the talk of a god. Stay away from me and I'll let you have a free run at Krakoa." And Irene goes, "The mutant city on the hill? So you need that too, huh?" And he does, because if you really think about it, if Krakoa doesn't happen, then none of the variants really have a chance to achieve the minionhood. So he goes, "Yes, I do. See, we must be on the same side too." And then she goes, "We're not on the same side. We're just merely going in the same direction." He goes, "You're an amusing little creature. I exist outside of time. I don't need to predict the future. I've been there. Do you want to know why Raven leaves you?" So then Raven appears. And she's asking if Destiny's okay. Destiny's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." So Raven starts asking her what's wrong, what happened. And Destiny's like, "Look, you're going to have to trust me. I can't tell you right now, but if it ever comes down to it, I will. But let's hope it never comes to that." So now we cut to London, but this is the present time. Well, not exactly the present time. This is a few weeks before the X-Men invasion of Earth. And we got Mother Righteous, and she is cussing up a storm. And Mother Righteous just got finished failing at her attempt to become a Dominion. See, somehow, some way, she cloned herself, and it was her clone that's in the White House room that was doing everything that was in X-Men Red #18. Immortal X-Men #18. And she realizes that Nathaniel Essex, the original one that she thought was dead, was there, alive, and pretty much took the power away from her. And she's like, now he's all powerful, and I can't stand it. And her clone is more like a voodoo doll. So when Destiny kicked the bejesus out of her, she felt all that. So we did see Destiny kick the bejesus out of her once in X-Men Red #18, but now we see that she kept kicking her. And Destiny was like, you undid everything, you stupid, arrogant little. So Exodus is like, I can't close Jean's wound. We need to get her back to Krakroan Oasis, but ain't nobody listening to this dude because Destiny is still beating the hell out of Mother Righteous. So Hope half heard him, and she goes, sure thing, Exodus, but first. So you know what she about to do. So Mother Righteous is like, please no. And Hope's like, don't whine. You know you deserve this. And Mother Righteous is like, I can help. I've lost. I've made my worst nightmare, the man that I married and went to the grave cursing, into a digital god. Of course I want to help you stop him. And Hope's like, but what can you do? She's like, I brought you here, so I know all the magic stuff. And besides, half of me is here, the other half's in the real world, so I can be like almost like a messenger. And I can find out about Mystique. She said that so Destiny will quit kicking her ass. So then the real world Mother Righteous is like, all right, clone, keep it going. I'll figure out a way to dissolve you and to leave them cursing my name. And all of a sudden, all she hears is, oh, honey, I don't think so. And on the next page, we see is Orbis Solaris and Dr. Stasis. Now, for those of you that read Fall of the House of X #3, you're probably like, Dr. Stasis is dead. Yes, remember, this takes place a few weeks before the whole invasion happened, so technically he's still alive, but not for long. So Orbis Solaris is like, you, my clone sister, will not achieve the Dominion. And then Dr. Stasis is like, especially you. A Dominion? Oh, darling Rebecca, do you really think yourself Victoria? I've met Queen Victoria. You're not Queen Victoria. So the Mother Rice is like, Orbis Stasis? No, how? What? How the damn hell did you find me? So the Dr. Stasis is like, shh, my darling. We continue this conversation once you're in the Orcus cell. Damn. Now that he's dead, they're actually starting to write him better, and I actually starting to like him a little bit. But don't tell anybody. So the Orbis Solaris is like, be calm, no high emotions, and he puts a force field around her. So the Orbis Solaris is like, to think one with such a high temperament could be a Dominion is an error. It takes one born of the coldness of space to reach that state. And Mother Righteous is like, you're right, I failed, but you have no idea what's coming. So then Dr. Stasis goes, well, good, you understand you failed, but I will succeed and you will be by my side, my love. Mother Righteous is like, you patronizing prat. I was hoping to save this one, but... And she puts a spell on Dr. Stasis. He turns around, shoots Orbis Solaris and goes, unhand my wife. So she starts running. They're like, they'll calm down soon enough. How the hell did he even find me or get in? They're not musicians. And she runs through this magical door. And all of a sudden, all she hears is, however, Selene the Magnificent is. So the Mother Righteous is like, oh hell, I got a lot of fears of calling on this one. So Mother Righteous uses a spell, and Selene goes, a trap spell. Very retro. Everybody used to use them back in the day until people found out about the loopholes. Then people stopped using them, but they haven't used it in so long that everybody forgot about the loopholes. Except me. Unlucky for them, lucky for me, unlucky for you. And Mother Righteous goes, no, no, no. And Selene goes, yes, yes, yes. And Mother Righteous is bombarded by all these magical arrows. So Selene's like, good try, but you're really showing your lack of experience here. Me, I've been doing this for a long time and significantly tighter outfits than this. Now, come here. So Mother Righteous grabs one of her floating bulbs and goes, escape now, I'll set you free, please. And then Mother Righteous disappears. So then Orbis Solaris and Dr. Stasis finally gather themselves and join Selene. Selene's like, she got away using one of her pet god spirits, but she's badly injured. She won't be getting too far. So the Mother Righteous is barely walking and she's like, 3 alleys over? Useless god. No wonder the Proto-Celts stopped worshiping you. Mother Righteous is like, I gotta go. Plan. There's gotta be a way out. And all of a sudden all these knives start stabbing at her. And all of a sudden all I hear is, I'm afraid not. So we say it's Professor Xaver and he goes, don't struggle. You can't move. These knives were designed for you. You're coming with us. Mother Righteous is like, us? Xavier, what are you talking about? He goes, you'll find out. Welcome to the X-Men. So Mother Righteous is like, I can't sense anything. Where are we? Professor Xavier is like, we're in the no place. It allows us to hide from the thing that you unleashed on us. We wanted to try to stop you before you made that horrible snake that you made, but we couldn't locate you. Not until you attempted to achieve the Dominion. So once we had your location, to get to you, we just fed it to Orcus. And Mother Isis is like, you set me up. I could have died. And Professor Xavier is like, hate to say this, but I believe I could have lived with that. Yeah, I know, you got a beard now and you're real scary, but how the hell are you even binding me down like you're not a musician? And all you hear in the background is cold iron, frozen especially for you, from Mysterium, the best anti-magic money can buy. And she goes, aren't you with Orcus now? And we see it's Sebastian Shaw, and he goes, don't be fucking naive. I'm only ever on my side, and you'll find out on my side doesn't forgive and doesn't forget, girl. Because Mother Isis did him dirty after the gala. I mean, dirty. Xavier contacted me and told me he had a plan to capture you. After you Welsh on me, I want it in. Seems a good deal. I'll stick to it. Sticking to deals matter. Then he goes, make me forget about this, Xavier. You need to be safe. They could pull this from my mind. I will. Thank you, Shaw. Though your betrayal of Krakoa makes me surprised you will worry. Sebastian Shaw's like, grow up. You knew I was a rat when you pulled me on that sinking ship. Krakoa didn't fail because I betrayed you. I betrayed you because Krakoa failed. Now, destroy her and take away everything that made her proud. And Xavier's like, that's not our goal, but I do feel it will be a byproduct. So the Mother Isis is like, again with the plurals, like, what are you talking about? Who is we? And then all of a sudden this pot opens up and Doug comes out with a sinister diamond on his forehead. And he goes, I'm back. And Xavier's like, yes, all of the sinister genetics has been purged from my body. Nathaniel, you are gone forever. So he pretty much explained how Doug is in a hibernated Krakoa, which happened right before the gala, because Krakoa had a sense of what was going to happen. So Sinister was able to clone Doug and also clone his mutant ability to be able to talk to anything. And he transferred his consciousness that's also trapped in Krakoa to the new Sinister Doug now. And now he got rid of that body that's in there, so he gone. So Sinister Doug wants to kill Mother Isis, which everybody does. So he goes to her and he's like, you need to explain very quickly why we need to keep you. And she goes, well, for starters, I can let you know where the missing mutants are. And Professor Xavier's like, they're alive. And he just falls on his knees because he's just so thankful, because if you were keeping up with Immortal X-Men at that time, he went into a deep depression. I mean, deep depression that lasted for issues. I mean, he really wasn't out of it right now, but I feel like this here will pull him completely out of it. So he's like, can we speak to him? And then we cut to the White Hot room where the Atlantic side of Krakoa is. So the clone Mother Isis in White Hot room's like, the other me got captured by Xavier. He wants to talk. And Hope goes, at last. Okay, download everything. We're here, Atlantic Krakoa, Phoenix dying, Jean's bleeding, weirdly, and then Destiny goes, no. What happened to my wife? So then the real Mother Isis goes, Destiny wants to know about Mystique. And Professor Xavier goes, I'll try to find her. She has a slippery mind. It could be difficult, but how curious. It wasn't. She's on Krakoa. So then Professor Xavier starts talking to Raven and goes, Raven, Irene sends word. And she goes, shut up. I'm not speaking to you and I'm not speaking to her. So then the clone Mother Isis goes, she's alive, but she doesn't want to talk to you. Destiny goes, what, why? And she goes, oh no, she read the book. You see, Destiny saw all these futures happening, and she decided to let Sins of Sinister happen, so our beloved Sinister do his thing for 1,000 years, because that's the one future where Raven lived the longest. So, and she wrote it down, and now Raven knows about it. And who gave Raven that book? It was Mother Isis. So if Destiny finds out, that ass whooping's going to start all over again. So the rest of this book pretty much shows how Professor Xavier's team has come together in No Place X, how he grabbed Rachel Summers and Rasputin 4. Rasputin 4 wants to kill Mother Isis because, again, everybody wants to kill Mother Isis. So pretty much this book helps fills in all the plot holes that was in Immortal X-Men and that is currently in The Rise and Powers of X. And if you're reading Rise of Powers of X, then you know that Professor Xavier is pretty much going to kill Myra, and he didn't tell Rachel about it. And even Sinister is like, you're not telling her the whole truth, and she's going to be pretty pissed about that. Professor Xavier's like, she will, but you know what? As long as we live, I can live with that.